Hello, this is Aisha from unlimitedincomenow.com, and I aim to help aspiring bloggers get started and existing bloggers get better. Today we're going to look at one of the features of the Jaaxy keyword tool. Now, we all know that if for a website to succeed in the search engine world, you're going to need top quality keywords that match your niche, and Jaaxy is one of the go-to tools you could use to get this. In this video, we are going to see how we can find the right keywords to target on a particular blog post and use that to better our search engine power one blog post at a time. As you probably know by now, or at least you should, in each blog post, you should be aiming for more than one keyword. You're going to need a list of about 5 keywords or so, one primary and the other kind of secondary. That gives that particular blog post a better chance of reaching a higher search engine values because you give it more odds. Each of the keywords can play a part interlinking between one another, and together they can get you up the higher for any of the 5 to 7 keywords you're going to find. And you can use Jaaxy to get these keywords, not only just get them off the top of your head, but also analyze how they are performing on the search engines right now to decide whether they are the keywords you want to use in your blog post. The best way to get the right kind of keywords is to, one, make sure that there is ample amount of traffic coming for this keyword in the first place. In other words, you know that this keyword is being searched for. And the second is to try minimize the level of competition you get for this particular keyword. You might have a popular keyword, but if you already have 50,000 sites that are ranking for this keyword, it's going to take you a much longer time to get above all of that and come to the top 10. So you have to make up your mind whether is that a keyword that you really want to be aiming for when you want your website to rank faster and each of your blog posts to rank well. In this video, we're going to use this as an example: top learning toys for preschoolers. Say you want to make a blog post about this because you either have a parenting website or a toys website or a gifts website. Okay, so what are you going to do is you're going to write this term in this field, and you're going to hit find keywords. So now what we are going to do is, one, we are going to see what the search value is for the term top learning toys for preschoolers, as well as try to gather a few keywords that can work well together with it as their secondary keywords to be used within the same blog post. That's the goal of this search. So let's see. Before that, let's see what these terms mean. In short, when you are trying to analyze how good a keyword it is, you're going to focus on two fields. One is this average, which tells you the average number of searches the keyword receives in a month, and the QSR value, which is also known as the quoted search results. This tells you the number of competing websites that are being ranked in Google for this exact keyword. Ideally, you want this to be less than 50 and this to be more than 100 as a bare minimum. This is not an exact rule. If you're finding a set of keywords where all of these are like 60s and 70s, you gotta kind of just go with it and see how you can make your blog post better to outrank all those websites. But in the event you are able to do it, go for as low as possible on the QSR and as high as possible on the average, while keeping an eye on the traffic numbers, that is the visits your website would get if it were in the first page, and the SEO value of the keyword. So now we can see that the top learning toys would get about 112 visits per month if it were ranked, and a QSR of 2. That's 2 websites, not really bad. So you know now this is a pretty decent search term to use. Now as you scroll down, you're going to see different keywords. See, like top. Before that, this L just means I have it saved as a in a list of keywords, which is another great feature of Jaaxy, because now you have a way of keeping track of all your keywords. Once you decide you want them, you can just click on the checkbox here, hit save to list, and either put them on an existing list or a new list. And I'm just going to put it in a new list just to show you how it's done. So I'm going to say top learning toys demo just to make it here, and it saves. Now when you find other keywords, like say I want this, I can just go ahead and add that on to the list I just created. As you can see, I use Jaaxy for a lot of my keyword searches, and I have a lot of them in my list. So if I save it here, they are there together for me to analyze and decide which goes where later. So I don't have to lose track of what I am searching for. So as you can see here, okay, the top learning toys for preschoolers has about this search term value. And then you have top learning toys preschoolers that has more competing sites but the same amount of search. So it's still, you could use that as well. Then you can compare that the learning toys for preschoolers. Now, this has a QSR of 81. That doesn't mean you absolutely do not use it, but you don't have it in your top list, like your top 5 list. I'm sure when you're writing a post about learning toys for preschoolers, you are going to use the search term learning toys for preschoolers and not always have the word top. So, but you know that they work together and they're going to make things better. The other thing a Jaaxy search can do for you is also show you other potential search terms. Like, see, you have preschoolers, but look at this, top learning toys for toddlers. That has a huge average traffic coming to it. The average number of searches in a month is 8,000. That's amazing. And you only have 9 sites competing. So you should also definitely save this and try to see whether is this going to help you make another blog post that you interlink with the preschoolers learning toys, because they are somewhat similar in topic. So you could decide to further enhance the SEO of your website, which with such you research. Basically what you're doing is you're researching and you realize a new blog post on this could further enhance the SEO power of learning toys for preschoolers right at your website. See how you can closely knit everything together? So you not only have a list here, you can also click on a particular term that interests you. Like for instance, you see this electronic learning toys for preschoolers. This could be a subtopic within your blog post, and you want to see what other electronic learning toys terms come up. So what you do is you click on it and you see what else comes up. So you have electronic toys for preschoolers, and you want to check on the QSR and see whether that's something you want to save. It's quite good. 28 is not that bad for a subtopic, you know. So, and you have another one here, learning toys for kids. A bit generic, but if it ranks well, why not, right? And again, these also give you more blog post ideas. The more blog post ideas that relate well to each other and eventually can interlink is certainly a very good way for your blog to excel on the search engine front. You also can use the terms over here to choose. You can choose from terms here too. So like, since this is on the electronic side, maybe we should go back, and you can go back too. Say you can go back to where you left it off your search. Say you keep clicking on these terms here and you want to go back to where you first began. You just have to hit history and get yourself there. And while you're at the history, you can also look at related terms here for either ideas or for or to see the powers of other keywords. So let's say learning toy for preschoolers. Let's see how that fares. So you can kind of mix and match. You don't have using top learning toys for preschoolers. It's not a hard and fast rule, you know. So if you find something that is more valuable in as a search term, then you would want to go for that. See, and you also want to know what not to go for. For instance, what we just found was a learning toy for preschoolers has less than 10 searches and QSR of 28. So I wouldn't call this a very strong search term. So we go for these stronger ones. So this is how you use Jaaxy to find your keywords based on an idea that you have. Come up with a list that you eventually save as a list here. Now see, top learning toys for preschoolers. This is the list that I came up with earlier to use on this demonstration. And you can go on more. You can use any of these terms, get more, even more search terms, and add them onto your list. Save them to the existing list, and you can compare and contrast and decide, okay, this is going to be my primary and a few others are going to be my secondary keyword terms before you even start writing the blog post. And you have these keywords in mind as you craft your blog post, write about your expertise, and create and add recommendations that parents of preschoolers would actually truly appreciate. So the quality of your contents with the power of these keywords together will not only get you high up in the search engine, but also high up with your target audience, because they can relate well to what you are talking about and they can find you when they search for you in Google. Now, isn't that amazing? And that is one of the key features of Jaaxy, the keyword tool that you should be using to grab the keywords that you need for your blog posts, all of them, one post at a time, and also to analyze their power along with their many other features, which I would be talking about in future videos. Sign up now for Jaaxy at www.unlimitedincomenow.com/Jaaxy sign up and get your first 30 searches done for free.